All right, so 3.4, multiplying rational numbers. Okay, so just as a little bit of review, it's going to be important now to remember our rules here, where if you've got a positive times a positive is a positive. Yeah, same as you guys have been doing forever, right? When you multiply things like positive, positive would just come out positive. If you have a positive times a negative, that's going to come out negative, right? And it doesn't matter which way. It could be like negative 4 times positive 3, or it could be positive 3 times negative 4. Doesn't matter which way we write it. If one's negative and one's positive, it's coming out negative, right? What if they're both negative? It's coming out positive, right? So it's really those 3 situations. And only really 2, because you guys have been dealing with positive and positive forever. All right. So when multiplying fractions, all we have to do, so here I'll just set it up again here. So if we've got negative 9 over 2 times 4 over 8. All right, so this one, all we have to do here, straight across. Straight across, right? So negative 9 times 4 would be, yeah, negative 36. Good. So negative 36 over 2 times 8. 16. Okay. Okay, so now, oh, sorry. What? Oh, that's the problem here. The key's wrong up here. All right, so yeah, don't look at this. All right, can you guys make that correction on there? Say this is wrong. Yeah, we'll do my example. Okay, so negative 36 over 16. Now, like, that is the right answer, right? We can leave it as negative 36 over 16. But that's not, we shouldn't typically leave it that way. We want to reduce it, right? So how can we reduce this thing? Yeah. Yeah, we want to figure out what divides into the top and the bottom. And an easy tell here is that they're both even numbers, right?
Okay, so then...
Okay, so we're going to divide the top and the bottom by 2. Now, maybe we could have done more, maybe not, right? But like, I know for sure that we can divide it by 2, right? That's a good place to start. So 36 divided by 2. What's that? And to get yourself in the right, yeah, to get yourself in the right mind frame there too. What is like 16 divided by 2? It's 8, right? So it's like something ending with an 8, right? So it kind of gets you in the right ballpark there. So yeah, it's going to be 18 over 16 divided by 2, 8. So then I see, okay, well, even numbers again, right? Well, actually, sorry, and let me back up a bit. Negative 36 divided by negative 2 on the top. This should have come out as negative 18, right? This negative is just really going to be tacked on the whole time, right?
Really, but...
So here, we'll review that concept too. Well, actually, no, here. Let's keep going with this and I'll explain how the answer is the same. So 18 divided by 2, we'll just do it again. 18 divided by 2 is 9. So yeah, it'll end up being negative 9. And then 8 divided by 2 is 4. And that's it, right? Because I can't keep going. Now, the question was how to deal with that negative in the answer there, right? Remember when we have things written as fractions that this could be written as negative 9 over 4, like that. It could also be written as negative and then 9 over 4. Or it really could be written as 9 over negative 4. Those are all exactly the same thing. Where that negative goes doesn't really matter. All right, moving on. All right, dividing rational numbers. So dividing is actually almost as easy as multiplying with the straight across method. So here, I'll do this example step by step here too. So if we have 3 over 8 divided by 7 over 12. Yeah, so some of you guys are saying like keep, change, flip. If you guys like that method, it's fine. Technically what would happen here is dividing by a fraction is the same thing as multiplying by the reciprocal. And I know that sounds super confusing, but it's not that bad. When we divide by a fraction, that's the same thing as turning that into multiplication, but flipping it upside down, right? That's what reciprocal means, just inverting the two, just flipping them upside down.
Why would that matter?
That made no sense.
Because, well, here, I'll write it out.
You're gonna need a calculator to figure out.
So 3 over 8. This would be the same thing as changing this to multiplication, but then multiplying it by the inverse, multiplying it by flipping it upside down. So this would be the same as 12 over 7. Okay? We're only flipping the second number though, right? We didn't flip. You see how we didn't flip the first one? It's only when we divide by a fraction that we multiply by the reciprocal. And I want to say it in those terms instead of the keep change flip, because those terms like reciprocal and all that kind of stuff, that comes up a lot more as we go through grade 10, 11, 12, right? So I want to use the proper terms here. Okay. So now that we have 3 over 8 times 12 over 7, what do we do now?
You times across.
Just straight across, right? Okay. So 3 times 12 is? 36. 8 times 7 is? 56. Okay. Now, if you weren't sure, you could divide by 2, but I know that 4 goes in there because I'm going to cheat. Well, you wouldn't have to cheat there. But we can divide the top and bottom by 4. And we get 36 divided by 4 is 9. 56 divided by 4 is 14. Done. Okay, let's try some. We're gonna just do a few more examples here, okay? So let's say we had 4 over 7 times 3 over 4. So we're gonna do multiplying and then some division. We'll do some of both. All right, can you guys tell me what this one is? Can you? All right, so guys, I see some people kind of working it out here. Let's do the same method, right? So straight across when we're multiplying. So 4 times 3 is 12. 7 times 4 is 28. Okay, and then so you're like, okay, even numbers. So I can divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 28 divided by 2 is 14. And I've still got even numbers, so I can do it again, right? So I can divide by 2, and we get 3 over 7. All right, so that was a bit of work, right? Trying to figure all that out. I want to show you guys a little shortcut, and this will come up a lot more as you guys get in older grades too. We're going to start doing this method more. So here, I'm going to write it again. So if we had 4 over 7 times 3 over 4, what we can do is actually just consider things in the top, right? Because we just multiplied all the top and we just multiplied all the bottom, right? Numerator and denominator. Watch this. I got a 4 on the top and I got a 4 on the bottom. They cancel and I get 3 over 7. Yeah, it would always work, yeah.
What's if you have a common denominator for, let's say it's like 7 and 7, would those cancel out and you put the other one?
All right, so the question was if you had like both 7s on the bottom there or something, right? Would they cancel out? Do you guys see what the difference was in the top? Why did they cancel out in the, like before? Yeah, we need to have that situation where you got one on the top and one on the bottom, right? If we do this situation, this will really be 7 times 7 and 4 times 6. So these ones won't cancel. We'd have to do it the way where we just multiply straight across. Okay, so I'm going to give you another one. So let's do another one where something will cancel.
Look for the sheet.
Look for the cheat, yeah.
She's not gonna make us now.
Okay, let's do it as 6 over 5 times 5 over... actually, no, we're going to do 5.
Yeah, what if you do 5 and
Let's do 7 over 2. All right, I'll pause it here and give you guys a minute. All right, I'll just show you a little trick on this one too. We could have simplified this a little bit. What? I like hacking. Yeah, I like hacking it. Okay, so what about this? If this 6, I just want to show you that. Couldn't you rewrite that 6 as 3 times 2?
What?
Right? Like that 6 really is 3 times 2. Well, I'll just show you. You wouldn't always have to do this, but I'm going to show you where I'm going with this. And then, yeah. See where I'm going with this. And then now that I have this written as 3 times 2, the 2's cancel.
But now you just have.
But then you're stuck with the 3s.
So now it's really just 3 times 7 is
21.
21, and then there's just a 5 on the bottom.
This math makes no
How does
sense.
that work?
How?
Wait, so would you divide
You guys don't have to do it that way if you don't want. Like I said, I'm just kind of getting you guys ready for grade 10 because we do a ton of this in grade 10, right? So it's a good thing to keep in mind.
Do that with, like, let's say.
All right, I'll give you another one. So let's say we had 6 over 10 times 5 over 6. Sure.
Oh, then 5 over 10.
All right. So looking at this one, what was the one that jumped out to you guys? Well, I got a 6 on the top. I got a 6 on the bottom. What can I do right off the bat there? Yeah.
30 over 60. What?
Show these guys the method. So with the 6 on the top and the 6 on the bottom, what's that little shortcut we can do? Yeah, let's cancel, right? There's 6 on the top, there's 6 on the bottom, they cancel. That's really 1, right? When I say cancel, 6 over 6 is 1. So now we're just left with 5 over 10, right? So that's 5 over 10. Now, at this point, a lot of people are, okay, I'm done, right? 5 over 10, and that's my answer. We a bit better at seeing fractions, right? 5 over 10, 5 is half of 10, right? We need to be good at seeing that, like half comes up quite often where we need to be able to convert that. All right. So this ends up just being a half. We could have also said, okay, what goes into 5 and what goes into 10, right? And we could have divided the top by 5 and the bottom by 5, and we end up getting the same answer there. All right, division.
I forgot what we did for the
All right. So I'll give you another example here. So let's say we had 3 over 2 divided by 5 over 2. Okay, so we're dividing, so we're going to rewrite this as 3 over 2. We change it to a multiplication statement, and we multiply by, remember that big word I said? When you flip it upside down, what's that called? Reciprocal. Yeah. We flip those upside down. Now, perfect. A lot of people ended up multiplying straight across. That's fine. You'd get, 6 over 10, and then you can simplify that, right? But the other one, little shortcut again, I got a 2 on the top, I got a 2 on the bottom.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
They cancel, so my answer is just 3 over 5.
I didn't realize that.
All right, one more.
What?
This is so easy. You just gotta simplify.
To the power of 0.
Yeah, can you make
Yeah, to the power of 0.
Even if you do the... Oh, I see.
Can we use a calculator for this?
Nope, I already got the answer.
All right, see if you guys can do this one.
I already got the answer.
Doing this one, this is an example where if you would do it the original way, where you just go straight across, or if it's gonna be a big number, right? And you can't do it in your head. This one we can do in our head. So let's stick with the rule. So we can say, okay, just write this one down again: 4,326 over 528, and then we change this to multiplication. We flip that upside down, right? This is really 1 over 4,326. Do you guys see what can happen now? Cancels. So we end up with 1 over 528. Done. We did it in our head.